Welcome to a special edition of It's All Relative. I'm Josh, and we're back with our first show of 2025. I know some of you listeners are thinking damn, we 4 months into the year, but it is what it is, and we got some good things lined up for you guys in 2025, starting with tonight. I'm super excited about having our guest on today. There's been multiple attempts in the past on trying to get you to come on, and the cards of life have finally fallen in the correct spaces, making her It's All Relative debut. Welcome to the show, treatment specialist Elyse Gonzalez Sniffen.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us some of your time and agreeing to come on the show finally.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
Yes.
Before we started recording, we did quickly mention I was trying to think about the last time that you and I had seen each other, and if I'm doing the math correctly, or if I did the math correctly, I think it's 21 years.
21, yes, 21.
21 years.
Yeah.
My God, it's crazy, right? It doesn't. 21 years, like when you say it out loud, seems like a lot. Like that's like you old enough to drink. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But like I said, it's great to see you. Two quick questions I want to ask you before we start, just kind of to loosen things up. Real quick, what did you listen to on the way over here?
What did I listen to? We were listening to music. I don't remember what the music was.
Give me a song. Give me an artist. Who were you
listening to? I just started listening to this guy. His name is John. I'm going to mess up his last name. It's Paciello or something like that. He's a record producer. He produces a lot of his own stuff. He's a singer also. And the song he sings is Magnet. He when he records his music, he does it in a certain hertz, right? Is that the HZ? That's correct, right?
I believe so.
The frequency?
Yes.
He records them in different frequencies.
Okay.
So some of them are like 634, others are 1111. He records them in. So it's like, it kind of gets you in certain moods.
Right on.
And that's what I've been listening to lately. It's been kind of helping me get through each day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kind of grounding. Keeps, all right. Last question real quick. What's the last TV show that you watched?
I just started watching A Discovery of Witches.
Right on.
Me and my husband, we really like vampires and witches and all of that, and that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like one of those dirty romance novels, but it's on TV. So,
What streaming platform?
Oh, Netflix.
Right on. What's it called?
A Discovery of Witches.
Cool. Cool. You said you like vampires?
Yes.
What's your favorite vampire movie?
Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, with Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Oh, you have to watch that one. That one's a good one.
Right on. And real quick then, what you learned so far about witches?
About witches?
On the show.
I mean, in this one, it's just based on a witch who's related to Sarah Bishop, one of the first witches of Salem. So this woman has, like, power. And all these other people around her are like, we want your power. You need to give it to us. And she says no. So that's pretty much what the story is based on.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, right on. I mean, the only reason why I asked those two is because I'm a big entertainment person. I'm a big TV guy.
Right.
Big music guy or whatever. So, awesome. But like I mentioned before, I'm super stoked that you're able to be on the show, especially at this particular part of your career. Your life journey has brought you down many different paths, and this precise route is the onset or origin, of your voyage in becoming or / continuing your career as an esthetician, treatment specialist, a businesswoman.
Right.
Now, before we get into the present or the now, let's go back a little so we can all listen to, how we got here. So tell us how long you've been involved or around the whole hair / beauty / salon setting. Like, give us the background.
Well, I was always into acting and theater and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got back home, now almost 12 years ago, I started going back to college, and I was taking theater and taking theater makeup and everything. And I realized that I really enjoyed the skincare, the makeup part of it. I still enjoy acting
Mm-hmm.
and going out on the stage, but that really it kind of fascinated me, especially since Grace my oldest had eczema, and I kind of wanted to figure out how to help her with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the school to be an esthetician, and that's kind of where that all started, because I really love skin. I like taking care of it, and I shouldn't really say it started then. It started when I was younger, because my family was suffered from acne and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I always want to help people take care of that.
Right on.
I want to help them feel the better version of themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of different questions and whatnot, kind of directed towards the whole skin therapy as well. But before we get into that, let me ask you real quick. When it comes to hair, I mean, give me a time or example where you did someone's hair and, that was the time when you realized, all right, damn, I can do this. I'm nice at it,
I don't know. I think it's just recently, actually. Because I haven't been doing hair that long, as long as I've been doing skin.
Okay.
So with hair, it's been a very big confidence thing. Because you're touching somebody's head and they're out there. And that's bigger for them than their skin. We can cover all this skin up with makeup and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with your hair, that's your identity. So I think just recently doing a hairdo on my daughter, and she actually was genuinely smiling at me from yes,
nice.
Mom, this is what I want. And I'm like, wow, I actually can do this when I have the confidence,
When you did spend time in a salon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And were you doing skincare there, or were you
I was doing
that?
a little bit.
Or were you doing more hair there?
I'm doing a little bit more hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, was there a time where you kind of made a mistake or messed something up, or?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
I was already an hour late for work.
Okay.
I was standing in the kitchen and Mike was like, don't you have to be to work at 8? I'm like, no, at 9. And then all of a sudden I'm standing there and I'm like, fuck, I should be there already. I come in and I was supposed to be applying color to the woman.
Mm.
And the one woman I was working with was already applying to somebody. So I started applying to another woman that was there, not realizing it was actually the other woman I was supposed to be applying to.
Ooh.
So I put the wrong color on her.
What color?
I mean,
right.
it did kind of work out. It was similar.
Okay.
So it wasn't drastic, but that woman never let me touch her head again. That was the last time.
That's fair.
Yeah, I get it. I'm respect.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever had any? Give me a. Have you ever had any weird requests? Like people come in and they're like, I want to look like Jennifer Aniston, or I want to look like Billie Eilish, or whoever the fuck.
No, not for me anyway. I mean, the other women have had some things, but we've always had to explain. You are not, that person.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember. You have to remember that.
Right. So, okay. Well, with that being said, then
Mm-hmm.
are you proficient at in styling hair that's different textures?
I'm trying to get there. I enjoy curly hair.
Okay.
That is something that I have my own, which I'm just figuring out myself as of a couple years now.
Now, are you naturally curly? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just kind of figured that out. When I was younger, it was just throw it up or make it straight. But I've been learning how to wear it naturally, and then I want to help others to learn how to wear it naturally. That's where the whole treatment thing comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really have to take care of it and moisturize it, and there's steps to it. And if you want to have it really like the curl instead of the frizz, and you got to know which diffuser to use, and everybody's hair is different and it talks differently to you. And I want to teach people how to read their hair.
Right on. It's a whole process, right?
Right.
I mean, you did mention curly hair. In your opinion, is that the easiest type of hair to deal with?
No.
No?
No, because curly hair all hair has a mind of its own, but curly hair it's a different beast in itself.
Okay. So what would be the easiest type of hair?
Probably
to deal
just
with?
the straighter, more, maybe wavy, if that, but just the more straight, kind of basic hair to cut.
Did you generally just cut and deal with women's hair? Or did you have guys that came in? And...
I had a couple guys. I actually
Okay.
still have a gentleman that comes. He doesn't have a lot, but he's just comfortable, coming to me and everything. I attempted to do guys' hair. It didn't work out so well. Like with me, like I try. It's not the easiest.
Okay.
And guys can be very picky, and I get that.
Absolutely.
So,
real quick, did you practice or test cutting on Michael or any of your kids? Yeah.
Yeah, I tested on Michael. I think and my son. I try, but he runs away from me.
So
he's
is that
just
smart?
scared.
That's a smart move?
It might be.
Might be.
No. He's just scared of the scissors and everything.
Right
Which
on.
usually, with the little kids, they usually are because they're hearing it. They're listening for it. And they're hearing, the buzzers and the clippers and everything. So that's what makes them scared.
I mean, you mentioned real quick that that guys are very picky and whatnot. I particularly, I could not agree more with you 100%. I got a funny story, actually. And the person that I mentioned, she may never, ever hear this. But so right now, currently, like, I wear my hair two different ways, right? I keep it in braids,
Right.
or I just throw it up in a bun. Whatever. People can talk their shit. I don't care. I'm almost 40, and look at that.
You know what?
All right. But I used to, right? So actually, right now, Jody is the one that does my hair and takes care of it, because I used to, for over a decade, I felt comfortable. There was one lady in Newburgh that I would go to, and even when I lived out here, I would drive to Newburgh to go get cleaned up.
Right.
Now, the thing was, obviously, I didn't have long hair back then. I had a lot shorter hair. I wore it different.
Right.
But still, I would like to get it cleaned up every 2 weeks. Now, that got it gets a little pricey and back and forth, and then it's kind of a pain in the ass, you know what I'm saying? But my hair's so fucking thick that, like, when it starts to grow in and it needs to be cleaned up and tightened up and whatnot.
Right.
But I wouldn't go to anybody else except for this one particular lady. And she was a small little Peruvian lady.
Nice.
But she was nasty with the clippers and everything, man. Her name was Royce. She took care of me and did my hair literally thousands of times, right? And the shitty thing is, like, I loved going to her. She was always nice, like, we always had a good time. She always did a very good job. And then COVID happened.
Okay.
And then it was like the whole, like, distance thing, I guess. It's fucking weird. Like, for me, like, COVID seems like it was so long ago, but yet still, like, just like the other day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but because of COVID, the place that she was working at or whatnot, I guess it shut down. Or, like, you couldn't, like, hairdressers or whatnot, you couldn't cut people's hair. Right. That was a story in itself. I went fucking crazy. Like, you couldn't go there. Like, that was actually a time where I went somewhere else. I'm not going to mention this person's name, but I will never in my life, bro, go to this person again.
Oh, no.
Ever. We have pictures, too. He, I don't know what he was doing, but either way. So after COVID, or I guess when they reopened, they kind of, she linked up, I guess, with another or like her salon or whatever linked up with like another salon. So now they just had one spot, but just a bunch of different employees.
Right.
So it was a little cramped and whatnot. And I still would go every 2 weeks and whatnot.
Right.
And then, I don't know, afterwards, like, it just kind of, like, it faded away and whatnot. Like, they would cut her. Like, I didn't see her. Like, I would drive all that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't be there.
Oh.
And I'm not having someone else do it. So, like, that would majorly mess things up for me. You know what I'm saying? So, either way, Jody had gone with me so many times, too,
Right.
that she was able to finally, like, see and, like, same thing, you know, and learn. And then
Right.
she learned how to do it nice and whatnot.
That's
So,
good.
yeah, but that was my little, excuse me, side note and whatnot. And like I said,
Right.
I don't know if Royce is ever going to hear that, but if she does, like, you know, I miss her. I hope she's doing well. But
Yeah, that was an awkward time for stylists and stuff. That's when I was going to school for hair, and we had to do everything online. And that's very awkward when you have to have hands-on.
I was going to say, how do you cut somebody's hair through a screen?
You don't. It was mostly book work. So that's where, like, when we finally got back, we had, you know, all the distance, and then we could only take so many clients at a time, so we didn't get a lot of the hands-on that we needed. So then that's kind of where it was nice working in a salon and getting that hands-on and learning things over the past couple of years and gaining that confidence because of what COVID did to everything.
Did you have, when COVID happened and whatnot, did you, did you not work? Did they shut it down? Or were you saying you were going to school?
I was going to school at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they shut down because of everything. So we had to do it online.
I was just wondering because everybody's COVID experience was different, was crazy. Everybody experienced their own thing. Like the world basically shut down, right? But like for me at the time, like the place of my employment was just such a shithole, and like it didn't stop for me. Like they like the shit that they pulled, and like we worked right through that, and like every single person in that place caught that shit, and like but whatever.
No.
Like that place is trash. But let me ask you real quick. Being a male myself, you said you have a gentleman that still comes and sees you. Are there any hair tips for some of my guys who may be losing their hair or shit's thinning a little?
Well, that's the guy that comes to me. He's kind of thinning on the top, and that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, there's you can get cover-ups and I wouldn't say toupees, but stuff like that.
Toupees? No, we at that age. I'm saying like some of my guys that I be rolling with, like they be having some issues and whatnot. So I'm trying to look out for them.
Yeah.
You got nothing better than toupees?
I mean, listen, there's not
shit.
a lot.
What about does that Rogaine shit work and the?
You got to be careful with the Rogaine.
What about that Bob's stuff? Is it Bob's? I don't know.
I've never heard of Bob. You could get plugs. You do plugs, but I don't see.
I don't know what that is.
They're like hair plugs.
Oh.
They just take hair from different, like back here, and then they put it up here.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, they do that. They're actually they're not toupees, but they're like little pieces that like barbers and stuff do for guys, and they'll cover up those bald areas, kind of, and it looks like a peat, like it's your hair, and you can wash it, you can scrub. I'm just remembering. Everything's coming back to me.
Right on.
They can do that, and I've seen them where it's like they like pull on it and it stays on.
Sure.
So
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Personal question. You actually, never mind.
Okay.
I don't want to answer that. All right.
Just kidding.
No, I mean, fuck it, right? I was just gonna ask just a personal question. I mean, just because you are a female, what do you prefer? You like as personal? I mean, you prefer the bald look on males, or do you prefer like the hair?
It doesn't matter.
Don't matter?
No, I'm not picky. As long as you take care of yourself.
Right on, that's important. Okay, good answer. Good answer. All right. All right, let me ask you, what led you or made you make the decision to kind of break off and kind of get the idea on possibly starting your own business proposal and ideas, etc., etc.?
I've always wanted to have my own, mostly just because I want to be able to be there for my family and be there for my kids and, you know, be the mom that's not always working. Because unfortunately my mom had to do that. So I didn't want to have to, you know, repeat that for them, my own. But it's also just a, you know, kind of like a self-fulfillment type of thing. I've tried other things, Pamper Chef and Mary Kay and other things. And it's just always been like, oh, it was a nice little high for a minute, but it wasn't something I was really passionate about.
Right.
I mean, like Mary Kay, it was a little bit more into the field because it was makeup and stuff, but I wasn't into all of, like, into it. So I've realized since being in the salon that with the treatments and helping people take care of themselves and trying to, especially with younger people, that I wanted to further on that. And where I was and the situation that was going on, it wasn't going to go anywhere from there. I needed to get out on my own and do it on my own. And it still is fresh, and I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to get there.
Right on. Do you miss the salon setting, or?
I do a little bit because it was nice. The women, the clientele that I had, the you know, the relationships that I formed over the past couple years, it was a tight bond. And I still talk to a couple of the women that I worked with, and you know, we'll always be a family in that way. It just that, you know, the whole setting just wasn't there anymore.
Right on. What I mean, I think you did just briefly mention on it, but can you recall around the age or the time in life when you definitely knew that you know that you were ready or that you wanted to start your own business? I know you just touched on that, but can you?
I don't know.
It's been a long time though.
Yeah.
You mentioned, right?
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, since high school, probably. I've always kind of thought about it, doing my own thing. I never really wanted to work for anybody because I don't like taking orders.
Right on. Can I ask you then real quick, what are some of your past occupations?
I worked in the grocery store for Food Lion when I lived down south.
Food Lion, I remember. So, I mean, it's been a while. Like I said, it's been 21 years.
Yeah.
A lot has happened in 21 years. I myself did spend some time down south for a while. I lived down in Virginia for maybe about 5 years or so.
Right.
And then I moved and lived down in Orlando for about a year and a half, maybe.
How was that?
Well, let me say something first about Florida. The heat, that shit ain't no joke. It's hot down there, bro.
It is.
But Florida was cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, when I was in Florida, it was at a very low point in my life. Florida's a spot, right, where you can have a lot of fun and you can get whatever you want, super easy.
Gotcha.
I got into some trouble and ended up having to dip back up here to New York. I mean, once we're off mic or whatever, if you wanted to know, I could elaborate a little more. But you know, life choices, shit happens.
Things happen, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
you know. Let's take a little break.
Yeah.
All right. And when we come back, we'll continue to hear about Elyse's journey involving new business steps, offering new ideas, new body treatment, and so much more. So make sure you come back with us right here on the It's All Relative podcast.
I'm in the game now, shit's the same now. Explode next mode, I'm the same how. Don't say you know me, just say you did. When you see me sliding off to another crib. Boom, in the game now. I'm the same how. The rap game will never be the same now. Don't say you know me, just say you did. And when you hear Y.O, say that's that shit.
Welcome back to It's All Relative. Still joining me, Elyse Gonzalez Sniffen. Real quickly, I just wanted to remind our listeners, especially the ones who are out of the local area, such as another state or another country, that even though some of the content today may be directed on helping build clientele in the surrounding areas, don't let that deter you from finishing the show. That is just a portion of the backdrop to the whole story. So, with that being said, Elyse, what did you or are you currently using as your strength, whatever, to keep pushing and fighting to reach your goals?
Might have to reword that for me a little bit.
Okay. In your pursuit to start this business, what are you using as fuel, motivation, strength, whatever, to keep going and pursue this dream?
There's so much.
Think of one. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
My family.
Family?
Yeah, that's like the foremost of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Family, myself, proving to myself, I think that, you can do it.
Mm-hmm. What's the current status of the family's opinion, of your family's opinion, in your decision to...
I mean, you get the, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
But, they're all supportive. They've always have been. They're
Okay.
like, you're going to do you, and, as long as you're happy, and we'll be here.
Okay, good. So you do have the
Yeah.
support of your family,
Most of
which is huge
Yeah.
in any step in life, especially a big, jump of starting your own business. Like I mentioned to you before, I've had multiple people on the show in the past, both male and female, who have both started their own businesses and took that leap of faith,
Right.
and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it my way." And God bless them, they've done super well,
Right.
and they continue to do well. You know what I'm saying? Which you will too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know you mentioned, or we mentioned before we went to break, you were talking a lot about skincare. So, is that the direction that you are steering this whole thing towards? Are you like what is the focus now?
The focus is taking care of ourselves. I think the skin is the foremost of it
Okay.
right now. There is another type of treatment that I want to integrate into things. It's a hair treatment. It's called head spa. So you do like deep shampooing and stuff like that. So I'm like a mixture. It's hard to say what I want to.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right. So talk on that a little, or expand on the whole what you were just talking about, the
head spa.
Yeah.
So what it is initially, it's a bed, and the person lies down, and they're having somebody else pretty much deep clean their head from everything that they've put on it, done to it, from the environment, whatever. And it's just a deep kind of like head massage also that you're getting in it. It's more of, you can also get a facial with it. So that's a perk from it, and it just gives that person the relaxation of having somebody else just kind of, and that's what I'm like. When I started doing skin, I was, from a lot of the clients that I had, they're always like, you have magical hands. And at first that was weird to me. Somebody telling me I have magical hands.
That's a compliment, right?
It is a compliment. But I've grown to be okay with that and accept it, because these people, like my sister who's a massage therapist, she's like, I get up and these people, they ask for me. I'm there for them, and I can give that to them. So that's a lot of it's just kind of like a zen. I want people to come and feel calm and have that safe space,
Right on. Now, when it comes to this whole planning and starting of the and your business, do you mentioned like equipment or or beds and whatnot?
Right.
Do you what's the status on that?
Getting-
These are things that have to be purchased, or
yeah, these are things that have to be purchased. Definitely. Okay. I do lashes also.
Okay.
So that's helping to get towards those certain things. Like in order to, I saved up to get a chair so that I can actually have them sit in a decent chair to get their, hair trimmed or whatever. But yeah, those are those little steps. Do what I can in order to get to where I want to be.
So you apply like the fake lashes and whatnot, or
Yeah.
what's the long? How long do those go?
I mean, they can go, pretty long. I don't like going any longer than what we were told when we were taught. They're not supposed to go double the length of your natural lash because that could damage your lash.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they're just falling out. And then what do you have? You have no lashes. So I'm very much about kind of keeping it natural, not, making it too fake or too heavy on the eyelash, because a lot of these lashes out there, they can get too heavy and then they're falling out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good knowledge. I mean, I had no idea about that. That let's get back to skincare real quick. Why is having healthy skin, in your opinion, so important?
First, I just think it helps us to actually look at ourselves and feel better about what we're looking at in the mirror.
Okay.
It's definitely a self-confidence thing for everybody. Instead of trying to hide it, let's celebrate who we are.
Right,
in
right,
that
right.
sense, and taking care of who we are, not just on the outside, but it's also the inside. So it's a health thing that for me, it's keeping everybody healthy.
Okay. I mean, it's true what they say, right? I mean, I guess you could pertain it to, this pertains to, but when I heard it, it was more referring to hair or whatnot. But if you have a nice cut, or if your skin's looking good, if you feel good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you look good, you can feel good, what have you, right?
Right.
So,
And I have heard that, and I have kind of the whole look good, feel good. And yes, I do believe that is a big thing, but I also feel sometimes before you can look good, you kind of got to look good on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You got to work on that inside part before you can actually reflect what's going on.
right on. I mean, I hear you. But I mean, just on the other side of the coin, is it? I mean,
No, I know.
Isn't that what
is.
makeup?
Yeah.
Then can come. I mean, people are. I mean, I know people are. What's the right word right now? I don't know. We're in a tough position.
Yeah.
Currently, you know what I'm saying, and people are. I don't know. Fucking crazy.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that.
They are.
So, but okay. Do you recommend that skincare should be for men too, for everybody,
Oh,
not just
definitely.
women?
I
Okay.
think it should be for everybody, for kids.
Okay. All right. I mean, around what age should people begin using, let's say, anti-aging products?
It depends, because everybody has their own stories. So it's just in general, let's say anti-aging probably in our 30s.
Okay.
I wouldn't say in your 20s, because then you're kind of setting yourself up. Because our skin has that memory. And
Okay.
after you use something for so long, the skin starts to kind of all right, well, this I'm kind of getting used to is, it's not really working anymore. That's why you got to change it every so often. So, yeah, I would recommend you're in your 30s. I don't want people to over damage their skin.
Right on. Okay, so then just give me a quick example or a rundown then of a quick morning or night or a day in the life of Elyse, and how she or you take care of your face or skin or whatnot. What's the process? What do you do? I mean, it's not. Some people might think it's just a quick little like, all right, little soap and that's it, right? Nah, it's a lot more than all that, right?
Yes.
So break it down for me.
So I have my cleanser that I have in the morning.
Yeah.
I have a toner that I spray on so that when I put my moisturizer on, it helps it to penetrate better. I put a little bit of eye cream underneath too, just for those long nights. But,
I feel you. The bags, right?
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, but that's the morning, and then nighttime it's pretty much the same thing, but I'll put on a little bit of different products just for the nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are multiple steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So getting back to you and your business and your goals, why come to you to get your services? What do you think makes you and your process and style unique?
I think I'm a different experience.
How so?
Just by who I am, by how I interact with people. I think what I can bring, that. I'm not explaining it. Like I've been told by people, I'm very chill when they're with me. They'll come to me because they don't want to talk while they're getting their hair done.
Okay.
Because I'm doing what I'm doing sometimes, unless we vibe in a certain way and we start talking or whatever. But yeah, I just, I'm the person I want people to come to feel that safety. That's what I bring to them.
So it's bigger for you. It's
Right.
more. It's deeper for you with each individual client. It's not just a client,
Right.
but you have a relationship.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Cool. So, I mean, that is something that
Yeah.
that would be important.
Yeah,
right?
I think we need to bring more of that back because, and I think a lot of that's why I agreed to do this, because it was like, I want to get back to talking to people. Since I stopped working, I'm not talking to a lot of people. And then when Michael gets home, he's at work all day and he's been talking to people all day. And he's like, I love you and I'm trying, but it's like, it's hard to concentrate. And I get it.
Yeah.
So it's like, and just through cell phones or whatever, and you're not really you're not there, we're losing that connection.
Yeah. I mean, a quick little side bar or whatever. No, I mean, isn't it wild to think back when we were in high school or younger, we didn't have life now. People are so, people spend their lives walking around with their head down. And I'm not
Yeah.
I
I'm
do
guilty
that.
of it.
I was going to say,
Yes.
I do that same shit.
Yes.
When Jody hears this or whatever, she's going to know because I get shit all the time for,
Right.
my shit's always down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Same.
that's,
It's bad.
It is bad. We've fallen for it, damn
We
it.
have. And we're trying to fight it. That's the thing, too. And it's it keeps drawing us back in.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big, I'm kind of I'm open to a lot of things, right? So I am, conspiracies intrigue me.
Yes, me
right?
too.
I feel like there's truth, to any fictional thing. There are portions of truth
Yes.
in that, right? So, I'm sorry, I forgot where I was going with that.
You're into conspiracies.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So because now we're a generation, or we're at a point in life where we all are constantly walking down with our
Right.
heads down and stuff. Nobody's really around, walking around looking up in the sky anymore and seeing stuff. And I always think, I believe there's crazy shit up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I'm always
I've
looking
seen,
up there.
I have, I've
Yeah.
told people, I have a video of some, I've seen some crazy stuff, but
I'm telling them all the time. I'm like, I saw it.
yeah, right. I believe in. Some people think I'd be crazy, but I pretty much. I believe in a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, but how is your current client list? On a scale, give me let's see which you got so many that you're overwhelmed. It's perfect for what you can handle right now, or you're at the point where it's kind of like, help? I need people.
I mean, I could probably but I could probably obtain a couple more people. But it is also with with what life is handing me at the moment, it is comfortable, and it is, it's working at the moment. So
Okay.
the clientele that I have that came with me from where I was working, they've been so supportive. I mean, I have a woman that drives an hour just to come and get her lashes done by me.
Good for her, man. That's loyalty
It is.
right there.
Yeah,
That's-
no, I definitely gave her a hug. I was like, thanks. And I gave her snacks. I'm like, here, take them.
I mean, it's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
It's a special feeling when you are able to have a bond or a connection with somebody like that, and
Definitely.
they know you're like, shit, I'll drive an hour to do that. That's pretty badass.
It is.
You did mention when we first started talking off mic in the beginning that you have or like ideas of a partner in this. Is that still?
We haven't
yes,
gotten
no?
to like officially make it official.
Okay.
But it has been kind of like a talk.
Okay.
It's up in the air type of thing. We're all kind of doing our own things. At the moment, I think eventually we'll all kind of come together when it's supposed to come together. I think this is the time in our lives we're all venturing. We're all kind of taking a taste of what we need, where we need to be. And then we're all going to kind of come together at some point. Not right now, though.
And form some like super like badass.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It'll be great.
All right. What are some of the most rewarding aspects in working with people and skincare?
Just knowing that I was able to help them, that's the most rewarding, and especially with teenagers, and they're getting their skin taken care of, and they're just like afterwards they're kind of glowing, and they're like, yes, I can, like, maybe for that person who doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, and they can go to school and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves,
Right. Right. You mentioned earlier that you or your family had suffered from acne issues, which is a very common thing for people. Have you dealt with or helped somebody that suffers from that? And what do you use? What can they use?
I've assisted. Yeah, it depends on the severity of what's going on, because sometimes with certain things they have to go to a dermatologist,
right?
Or they have to go to the doctor or whatever. But I usually recommend things that are specific for their skin. If they have some type of acne, say they're a teenager, they're going to use different products than what an older woman would use if she had, because it's more with older women, it's more menopausal, and it's more the hormones, and everybody's different and what's going on. So yeah, and like with teenage boys, with my stepson, he started getting stuff, and he's not much into steps. So I got him a 2-step process, and it was simple enough for him, and it helped him. He was like, wow, this really works.
Cool.
It was really awesome. So, which I don't know if he's been using it. He hasn't asked for a refill, so I got to check in on that.
I mean, you'll be able to tell, right, when them shit start popping up again. But I heard, or I used to hear a saying, I mean, back when I was younger, I don't know, I mean, you may not even know. Is it true or just an old saying that, like, people used to say, like, when involved with acne and whatnot, if you eat, like, greasy foods, whatnot, does that
Oh, yeah, it definitely affects it.
Does it really?
Yes, you definitely have to wash. That's another thing that, like, we learn in school, too, is, how to tell people, because you can tell by certain areas of the skin kind of what's like, hey, have you been drinking a lot of wine lately? And they'll be like, yeah. And like, I'll notice it kind of in the upper part of your cheeks. I'll notice that you've been kind of like drinking a little bit of wine, or even having some more milk, or like maybe you're going through some hormonal changes. You'll have acne on the lower part of your jaw, stuff like that. And with the teenager, it's more up on the forehead, because that's where we produce a lot of oils and stuff like that. And like teenagers eat a lot of greasy foods.
Yeah.
So and that's where that comes in, and spicy foods. And
spicy foods got shit to do with that, too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. We really have to
I like
eat
spicy
clean.
foods.
I know.
All right. how do you personally measure success?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
Is it like in your search for this goal, are you trying to reach a certain level or a certain point, or what society would title you as? Are you to be successful? Is it money? Is it
I mean, the money would be good. The money's obviously, always good. But
Okay.
no, my it's just to.
I mean, could it be an internal thing? I mean, if you personally measuring success, I mean, you could say, I'm going to try to pursue this journey and, whatever happens. You could say, fuck the money. And you personally, how do you measure success? Are you happy? Are you internally happy? Like what you did, did it make you feel like you accomplished, you chased down your fear? It's, you know what I'm saying? And that could be your level of
taking that
success.
step of leaving where I was. That was definitely that was a step.
Okay, good for you.
That was definitely a step, because I was going back and forth, most definitely. I think my next level is just to progress right now and to keep things moving and flowing, and being also, I'm concentrating on being a mom too. Because I have little ones also. So.
Which is tough. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, everyone, being a mother, being a parent, having children involved, and trying to stay on top of a business is a very challenging task. But now, with that being said, now, how do you deal, or how would you deal with failure? You can be honest. Go ahead. Talk your shit.
I don't deal very well with failure. I get very very into myself. I kind of disappear.
Okay.
For a while. I have a very bad tendency to do that, and that's the great thing about, the person that I'm with Michael, because he's like, sometimes you just got to keep going. And even though I don't listen to him all the time, why would I? It's just
the constant reminder, the solid rock.
Right.
My man. My man. All right. Last question for you, all right? In your pursuit to making the idea into a realistic, profitable business, something that you can, provide for your family with, are you willing to sacrifice shit for it?
If I have to, yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's it.
The tough thing with businesses, pretty much anything in life, like anything that's going to be tough, like nothing comes easy, right? So we have to be, in order, or whatever level of success that you want to hit or you want to be at. The unfortunate thing is that, everyone has to sacrifice something, or we have to give up something. And like those, when you look around too, it's crazy. Like the people who the world, or who you may think are the most successful people, like people who just are fucking killers in what they do. It all looks perfect and good, on the to the outside world. But what they sacrificed and lost to get there, would break your heart. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, with that being said, also, have you already had to sacrifice anything, or have you not really hit that level yet?
I don't think I've hit that level.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not quite there, I don't think. I feel like, I don't know. answer that one right now. Yeah.
No, you're good. I understand. I mean, it is tough.
It is.
Like to think.
I feel like I'm the type of person that like. I mean, I like to think for the future, but I'm also like I tend to just kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
Okay.
It's like when the thing happens, then I'll kind of deal with it, but then I deal with it for a long time. Do you know? Like, does that make sense? I don't know.
I follow someone. Yeah. Not totally, but I mean, maybe our listeners will.
Maybe.
No, I understand though. Like you're what? You're a little compulsive.
Mm-hmm.
You make quick decisions, and then based off those decisions, you're not really worrying too much about what may happen in the
Right.
the future.
I mean, I have gotten better about it. I
Okay,
have.
well that's good.
Yeah, it's gotten better, especially when you have people that are like, calm down, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like they say, right? Ideas are an idea. They're always good.
Right.
But then what comes with that? You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and a lot comes with certain ideas. But
It does.
I don't know. We're going to be wrapping it up soon,
Mm-hmm.
Elyse. Anything else that you'd like to say real quick? You good?
This was interesting. This was fun.
Yeah?
I liked it, yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that you decided to come on.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was really nice to see you.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you again for coming on and talking with us. I just want to quickly say that, despite whatever happens in the future,
Right.
my respect level for you on following your heart and taking the necessary steps on becoming not only a business owner in something that you love, but a woman business owner is something to be extremely proud of.
Thank you.
You know, and you're setting a great example for young entrepreneurs, for young women. You know, so head up high, chest out, keep killing it. Quickly, to quote one of our former presidents, Barack Obama, the road has been hard, the day has been long, but we have tomorrow, so that is why we march together. So, with that being said, keep pursuing your dreams, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
So, anyone that you want to plug or mention, your business, obviously, or go ahead. Mic is yours.
I mean, if you're in, the area to get a cut or, some type of hair treatment, I'm here. You can contact me through Josh or, through my Facebook, which is my name. And, much respect.
Do you have, or do you use, what are some of your Instagram accounts as well?
Instagram is my name also.
Okay.
It's all connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys can always find me at Josh_Toth3. That's my Instagram. My Facebook or Meta is Joshua Toth. Big shout out to Activated and our editor, Jackson Wallace. Today's show was produced by Activated. That is AKTIVATD. Go to the website, www.activated.com. If you need wedding videos, graduation videos, music videos, podcasts, business videos, or promos, Elyse. The website, once again, www.activated.com. They are the answer for any and all of your content creations, whether video, audio, editing, anywhere in the country. Look them up. Once again, that's www.activated.com. Also, big shout out and love to Timber Design and Build and the whole squad. Listeners, once again, check out the Timber Instagram page, the YouTube page, the website. Show some love in that direction. Also, don't forget, you can find It's All Relative on Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts. If you're using Apple or Spotify, please subscribe or follow the show. If you're using Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and a quick review. That 10 seconds helps us end the show out. So please keep those coming. Lastly, we did want to mention today's show is dedicated to Paul Gonzalez. All right, that's a wrap. Elyse, thanks again.
Yes, thank you.
All right, everyone, stay safe, stay kind, stay proud and powerful, and we'll see everyone soon. Peace.